we're gonna show you how to clean one up. Finish quartering one out, deboned. All this is junk, shot up. I'm gonna go ahead, come right down the side of the back strap right there. Pull all this shot stuff off of the ribs so I don't get that attached to the shoulders when I pull them off. Cleans all that junk right up there off of them. Then you can go ahead and come in, pull your shoulders off. Nice shoulder. Number one, this side's gonna be the worst side. Held the most shot over here. It's always important to clean this stuff up. Processors will thank you for doing it. Little backstory, I'm working at a processor about 14 years, so I know everything that the processors want and kind of expect. Brought me to kind of make a little tutorial video here. Shoulder number 2 cleaned up. Now, I'll go ahead, clean these hams up. Right down the side of the rib cage. There's a silver skin fat layer right here on top of the hams. I always stick the tip of my knife in it. Clean off all the hair and stuff that you might have got on it. You'll clean this stuff off when you process it anyway, so it's not gonna hurt anything. So now, I'll come in. Right here is the knuckle of the back leg. It's the round, top round muscle of the hindquarter. Go ahead, cut it straight. You go straight in the bone, straight down the bone. Top round, same thing on this side. Straight to the bone, straight down the bone. First top round, take your knife, split them down the middle right here. Supposed to do this beforehand, but gotta cut the butthole out of them. Pull all the nature's grapes out of them. All right, now you've got the ham split. You got your front rounds off both sides. Now, that's the way I do it right here. There's 2 hip bones right here. Just take your knife, score around them. And right there they are. Here up's the hams, here down, back strap. There's a bone right here. Take the tip of your knife blade, go in, and all the way down the spine like that right there. Then I take the knife blade and there's a membrane right here. It runs around. So I always take my knife blade, cut right here, all the way across, all the way around like that right there. Take the knife blade, there's the bone. Go straight down the bone. Just right on the inside of it. Then you take this, just peel it back. There's a membrane in the middle of these 2 muscles right here. So you got a muscle on the inside, muscle on the outside. Take that knife blade and you just pull that membrane to open up right there. There's the first muscle. That muscle right there comes out real nice. So this is your second muscle here. That's what you get most of your jerky cut. Take the top off of it, you get your jerky, your cube steak out of this, and the top round, mainly cube steak out of it. Or if you don't want any cuts, you just do burger. Take your knife blade, right straight down the bone right there. Then you've got the third muscle here. This is the main muscle right here. Again, you get the same cuts. This is where all your cuts come from out of your deer. There's one hind done. So you got your 6 muscles on your hind quarter. Like I said, that's where all your cuts come from. Then this deer right here is fat. So what I'm gonna do, try to take this fat layer off these back straps so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. Right here is your back strap. Right down here is the middle of your spine. Take your knife blade, run all the way down the edge of the spine. I go all the way down the neck. There's a lot of burger meat on the neck right there. This is your ribs right here. I call them the short ribs. I take my knife, go right against the short ribs like that right there, all the way down the edge. And that back strap just starts rolling out. Only using the tip of the blade right there. A little bit of pressure because you'll tear them. You roll it all the way down, all the way out until it turns into the neck. Right in here is where it turns into the neck mainly. So cut the back strap off. Nice back strap. Back. Then you got your neck meat. Score it all the way around. Take the neck. Roll off all that. With both sides, you get about a pound, pound and a half of meat for your burger. Do the same thing on this side. See if I can't get this fat off the top first. This joker's fat, real fat. Now, I'll score right down the edge. And I'm gonna go right down the backbone again. All the way down the neck. This side's a little more difficult because I'm not left-handed. It's on the opposite side for me. Go right down, find them short ribs. I'll take this fat layer off of them. Your ribs are right there. Just run right down the side of the rib. Back strap starts laying out right there. Cut it off at the top. All right, neck meat starts right there. Another good back strap. Oh, that's just burger. On a good deer that's not been shot, you can get some meat off the ribs, like right here. I'll pull this meat off. This side's pretty good. Turns into fat right there. Just some flank meat. This side right here has been shot up real bad, so I'm not worried with it. Then you got your inner tenderloins. They're pretty bloody from when this deer got gutted. Pull your inners out. There's the inner, and of course you'll have to clean all that up. That's dried on it. Cut straight down. These are basically just pull out too. You ain't got to worry with much knife work on that. They just pull out. Like I said, had to clean them up, pretty dirty. This is basically what you're left with. So got some meat up here I can get for a burger, but that's pretty much the deal. This is basically the whole hind quarter boned out. Got your round, the other 2 muscles. This is what you get all your cuts out of. This is the 3 main muscles on the hind quarter. It's where you get your jerky, your cube steak, your slice steaks, any specialty cuts come out of your hinds. Show you how to process these out. Start by taking all your silver skin off of them. Most of all this right here, burger. It's main vessel right here. This is main vessel that comes out. Just take all that out. Make sure there's nothing bad on it. It's all burger meat. I like to square mine up. Take the front. It's got excess fat on it. Throw that away. Your main muscle right there. That's what you'll get your jerky out of. This is one of the best cuts for jerky. If I was going to slice this with jerky, all your grains and the meat's running this way. So I cut this off right here. You want to slice against the grain. So if you're running jerky, you're going to do this. If you're running cube steak, you're going to cut it a little thicker. You're on your cube steak like this. Just showing y'all for this purpose. This guy doesn't want any of this. He's just wanting all burger. So I'll chunk it up big enough for my machine to take it. There's one muscle. This is one of the larger muscles. This whole side right here is just burger. This one's got a thick fat cap on it, so you can just use that as to run your knife against. Basically just come right around through here. Trim off all that fat off that meat. That's why I like using fillet knives. Works in a lot easier than a stiff blade knife. All that's just deer fat. And all this right here will be burger. Slice it all up. This will be your other muscle that you use for cube steak and jerky. Square it up. Square all that up. That's your cube steak piece right there. If you're doing it for jerky, there's a membrane that runs right down through here. So you always go right to the inside of it. Burger meat. All your grains are running this way, kind of at an angle. So for jerky and cube steak, you would both slice this way right here. Or if you want to make stew meat, you can slice it that way. Cut your chunks up. Now you've got nice, pretty chunks, clean for stew meat. Top round right here. Take all this silver skin off. Mainly fat. All this silver skin. All this is burger. Then you can take all the silver skin off of this right here. The grains on this one kind of runs at an angle here. So on this one, once you take all your silver skin off, you would slice this one like this. You get these round steaks right here. These are good to grill or to run them through a tenderizer. This is my tenderizer right here. It's just a hand crank. It's got the blades in it, and then it's also got the jerky blades right here. But this customer's just getting all of his done up in the burger. So I just got to chunk this one up. This is one of the one of the neck pieces right here. This dark yellow, you always want to try to get that out. That is like a rubber band chewing on it. So you want to try to always get that out. And then on the neck, you want to try to get the most of this big white chunk out of it. It's the fat, but it's really thick. So like I said, all this. Some people make neck roast out of them, whole, bone in. Always just cut the meat off of them, make it into a burger. This is that flank meat we cut off one of the ribs. I'll make sure and take most of that fat out. Then got all this right here for burger. It's really thin. Most of that right there is fat, so it's trash. Here's one of the back straps. Bunch of fat on this one. I always like to clean up the back side of them first. All the trimmings on these right here, besides the face of it, which is the silver skin, all this can be burger. Some people will stick the knife blade up under a little bit of it, kind of like this, and try to get that silver skin off by dragging it this way. Something I've learned. He's gonna have this one sliced, so this side's already kind of taken off, so I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Make you the thickness of the slice you want. Don't cut all the way through and get to that silver skin. You can just drag your knife blade all the way down the end. Then, most of the time, it takes that silver skin right off of it, and you've got your one patty. Down this side, you get one little membrane right there. That's where the neck is. You're left with a back strap. You can leave these whole, slice them up, or you can run them as cubed. This guy wants his cube, so I'll slice it up into a little bit thicker. He's gonna get one cubed, one sliced. So I'll go ahead and slice this one up. Thicker since they're a smaller piece. That's what you're left with. Wanted one of them sliced, so I'm doing these a little bit thinner. Now on to the shoulders. We'll start on the back. Take off most of this silver skin as you can, all this trash. Most of them get shot up because they get shot right in the shoulder. I try when I'm shooting one to shoot them back. That way I don't waste a lot of meat. On average, both shoulders yield about 7 to 8 pounds of meat once you've got them cut up. That's just what I've seen. And I've did a lot of them. Take a lot of that silver skin off of them. There's a bone that runs right down the middle right here. I'll take my knife, go right down the middle of it. Cut all the way, this is the knuckle. Cut all the way to the knuckle right there. It's just burger. This side right here, there's that bone that runs down. Take your knife blade, run it all the way down right there. Well, take it back. This is where the elbow is. Take your knife blade and go in. Follow it all the way down to the corner right there. Then from here, take my knife and cut through that right there. Let's pull this meat away. I'll lay my knife flat against that blade, or against that shoulder blade right there. Cut all the meat off of it. So that's what you're left with right there. On the back side, stick your knife blade against the shoulder blade, pull up. There's a ball right here. That's where the leg bends right there. You got your shoulder blade. And then you just cut these and follow these all the way down the bone. This right here, closest to the end of the leg, is what always has the most hair and junk on it. People tend to get these the hairiest, so always pay attention to that. Accident, most of the time you don't realize you're doing it, but that's where it's going to hold the most hair. Take this, all this is just burger meat, just cut it up. Right there, it's probably about 30 pounds of ground meat. Now I've got these inner tenderloins to finish up. They're always probably one of the nastiest pieces of meat that people don't take care of because they are right there around the gut cavity. So they end up being really small by the time you get them cleaned up. Here's one of them. There you have it. This is all he wanted. He wanted his back strap. One of them sliced. One of them ran through my cuber. Inner's whole. And the rest is grind. He's going to get burger and sausage.